So here's the deal. When I first became a photographer, I was right away started doing bar and bat mitzvahs and online dating photography. So I ended up becoming an expert at something that might be actually valuable for you. So that's kind of why I'm here, is to teaching something in particular. And this is a thing that doesn't really exist yet until now in the whole photographic world, really, is a guide to how to capture authenticity in a posed photo. When the client, when the subject knows you're there, how to elicit and sculpt a particular true, real emotion and from the subject and capture that, an intentional something from the subject to add that, that impactfulness that authenticity often has, that adds to whatever else is there, having that sense of realness. You might know some people feel it, some people don't. And for some people it's important, some people it's not. But it just touches me and is really important to me in all my work. And the reason why I even am thinking about that is I realized with the online dating photography immediately that connection was essential to make the photo really as useful as it could for the dating. To have the photo where the viewer can actually get a real connection with the subject, it would need to be way more than a fake smile or showing what the person looked like, or a contrived smile. But if there was an actual candid in that moment, catching the person off guard and having a little peek at a real human being something that was completely different, because that allowed the viewer to really sort of feel connected to the person. And for online dating, that was huge. So when I realized how important that was, I had to become the expert at that and deliver that in to all my clients. And there's about 1,000 clients. I really worked this system with the marketing and everything to make it my thing. And for 1,000 clients specifically for online dating, and I just had to become the expert at that. And each hour and a half shoot, there would be like hundreds and hundreds of photos, all of which were capturing this authenticity, because I knew how important it was. And it's not something normal that people know how to do, but I had to become the expert at it. And so now I have this skill, this expertise that I would love to share with people. If people are interested in it, in whatever, because there's lots of forms it could take. And if people are interested in adding this flavor of authenticity to their portraits, specifically for portraits or any situation where the client knows you're there, but you want it to be a candid photo, which is a really tough situation, because normally when the subject knows you're there, realness is out the window, because they know you're there. The camera aware takes over and it's real emotions are done. But I became the expert at undoing that and making, eliciting intentional, very specific emotions and capturing them in very specific ways to actually have each of these photos be really genuine, real, all the time, in many different sides of somebody. So I happen to have this expertise, and maybe if you're really into authenticity but just don't quite know how to do it, that's not your superpower. It's not, and maybe you would love to have it, but you don't. Maybe you have some tricks to get some stuff. Maybe you know some tricks to how to get happy, but not exactly the happy you want. But if you would like to really have a guide to really know how to become an expert at it and work it, how to sculpt the exact emotion you want in the subject and to be able to capture it, that's my thing. That's my expertise, and I'm working on figuring out how to share it with other photographers. If this is at all an interest to you, please DM me. And even also online, if you're actually interested in online dating photography too, it'd be good to know if there was interest in that. Social media photography, because what I was doing with online dating photography was almost identical to social media photography, or what it could be. Capturing a year's worth of photos in an hour and a half, of they seeming like they're candid snapshots, sort of, but real and candid. But if there's any of this, you can add to your work to add this little flavor, and you would, oh yeah, I would love to be able to add authenticity to my photos. I just don't know how to do it. If that's you, awesome. If you're at all interested, even if you want to just support me in this, because it's kind of a scary, brand new thing to be able to want to share this with my fellow photographers, I would love to hear from you, and I love the support. And if at all interest, love to know which direction seems best to go in. Okay, thanks so much for listening and watching, and maybe I'll see you around.